Eminem, a legendary American rap artist, songwriter, producer, and actor, stands out as one of the most prominent musicians of the 2000s. He achieved a historic milestone as the first and only rapper to win an Oscar. His life has been marked by numerous challenges, from a troubled upbringing to legal issues. Nonetheless, he found the inner strength to reconcile with his past and effect a profound transformation in his life. Born Marshall Bruce Mathers III on October 17, 1972, in St. Joseph, Missouri, Eminem's parents, Marshall Bruce Mathers Jr. and Deborah Nelson, both pursued musical careers playing in hotel chain restaurants. His father left the family, and his mother grappled with instability, frequently moving around the country with her son while battling alcohol addiction. Debbie eventually settled on the outskirts of Detroit when Marshall was 12 years old. As a white, introverted boy among predominantly African-American peers in their neighborhood, he endured ridicule and relentless bullying. He faced physical assaults nearly every day and once even slipped into a coma. Eminem's affinity for rap grew thanks to his uncle and friend Ronnie, who introduced him to the genre. At the age of 14, he commenced rapping with his friend Mike Ruby, adopting the moniker Eminem M, which later evolved into Eminem. They actively participated in rap battles and open mic events, daring to carve a space traditionally reserved for African-American artists. At 15, Eminem crossed paths with Kimberly Ann Scott, a pivotal figure in his personal life. Kim and her sister were taken in by Eminem's mother, Deborah. Later, Eminem had to publicly acknowledge that his mother struggled with a mental disorder that led her to fabricate illnesses, either in herself or her family, seeking attention. After gaining custody of his younger brother through legal channels, Deborah began to receive professional help. Surprisingly, she later claimed that her constant conflicts with her son were instrumental in his subsequent resounding success. Returning to Eminem's adolescence, his turbulent home life and intense immersion in music left him with little interest in academics. He made several attempts to complete the 9th grade, but ultimately dropped out of school at 17. He took on various odd jobs to make ends meet and, in his spare time, began recording his initial songs using a home stereo. In the late 1980s, he became part of the groups New Jacks and later Soul Intent. At 19, he suffered a devastating loss when his beloved Uncle Ronnie took his own life. This tragedy pushed Eminem into a deep depression, preventing him from attending the funeral. Nevertheless, he persevered in his music career, performing at local venues and making his first appearance in a music video for rapper Champ Town in 1992. In December 1995, Eminem and Kim welcomed their daughter, Haley Jade Scott, although they didn't marry until 1999. During schoolyard rap battles, he formed a friendship with the talented artist Proof, a respected figure in the local rap scene. Proof played a crucial role in Eminem's early recordings, and in 1996 he proposed the idea of uniting Detroit rappers into a group, leading to the formation of the D12 Collective. The acronym D12, which initially stood for Dirty Dozen, included only 6 rappers from Detroit, among whom was Eminem. However, the concept behind the group suggested that each member had a negative alter ego, effectively making it a group of 12 members. Eminem's alter ego was the brash and audacious Slim Shady, unafraid to delve into taboo subjects. The rappers collectively agreed that the first one among them to gain significant recognition would help promote the others. While they initially thought Proof would be the one, Eminem emerged as a bona fide star and took on the role of promoting the group, eventually signing them to his label, Shady Records, which he founded in 1999. Concurrently, as he embarked on his solo career, Eminem had to provide for his family. He released his debut album, Infinite, under the Web Entertainment label. During the making of the album, some critics pointed out that his style was reminiscent of Nas and AZ, but Eminem dismissed those comparisons. Unfortunately, the album experienced low sales, approximately 1,000 copies, radio stations were hesitant to play his songs, and he faced accusations of copying other rappers' styles. Notably, one song on the album, Searching, showed a softer side, expressing tenderness towards Kim, in contrast to the rest of the album, which was characterized by its brashness and sarcasm. Following the disappointment of his first album, Eminem faced numerous challenges. Living with his wife and daughter in an impoverished neighborhood, their home was repeatedly burglarized. To make ends meet, he took up menial jobs, including dishwashing and cooking in a family restaurant. But he lost that job when he was laid off in 1997. The family had to move into a trailer, and Eminem began to struggle with substance abuse, leading to a suicide attempt. His mood aligning with his alter ego, Slim, he channeled his emotions into writing lyrics for his second album, resulting in the release of Slim Shady EP, which was marked by anger, desperation, and more coherent rhymes. However, even this time, Eminem faced accusations of imitating a deliberate aggressive style, igniting a strong feud with rapper Cage. Despite the controversy, the album was already recorded and ready for release. In the midst of these challenges, Marshall entered the annual Rap Olympics competition in Los Angeles, where he achieved second place overall in the battle. Most importantly, one of the organizers was impressed with his tracks and passed his demo tape to the renowned Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre was so impressed that he immediately sought out Eminem, marking the pivotal moment when Eminem's life shifted from an underground rapper to a celebrity. Despite reservations from his associates about collaborating with an unknown white artist, Dr. Dre was undeterred by race, valuing talent above all else. In 1999, the Slim Shady LP was released, becoming the most popular album of the year, earning triple platinum status and securing Eminem his first Grammy Award. The album featured hits such as Role Model and My Name Is. In his lyrics, the rapper expressed unfavorable opinions about his mother, leading to a defamation lawsuit filed by her. She sought $10 million in damages for emotional distress in her lawsuit, but the court ultimately ruled in favor of a compensation of $1,600. Eminem's success enabled him to establish his own record label, and he initially brought his best friend, Proof, on board. In 2000, he launched his third album, Marshall Mathers LP, which achieved immense success, selling 1.76 million copies in its debut week, surpassing the records set by artists like Britney Spears and Snoop Dogg. The song, The Real Slim Shady, featuring Christina Aguilera, stirred controversy, while the impactful Stan, in which Eminem played on his newfound fame, resonated deeply with his audience. Remarkably, the song had such a significant social impact that the term stan was introduced into the Oxford English Dictionary, defining an obsessive fan or a star's stalker. At the 43rd Grammy Awards, the rapper performed the song alongside Elton John, effectively countering allegations of homophobia. Meanwhile, his personal life was disintegrating before his eyes. Kim's second drunk driving incident was the breaking point, leading the couple to officially file for divorce in 2001. His next album, The Eminem Show, was released in 2002 and once again dominated the music charts, shattering sales records. The single Without Me particularly stood out, with lyrics in which he likened himself to Elvis Presley and humorously targeted various celebrities. In the same year, the movie 8 Mile was released, with our star in the leading role, earning him a $3 million paycheck. The film received critical acclaim and was well received by the audience, earning Eminem a nomination for a Golden Globe, an Academy Award for Best Original Song, and an MTV Channel Award for Best Male Role. Lose Yourself made history as the first rap song to win this prestigious award. And despite Eminem's initial belief that he would lose, he later performed it at the Oscars, eliciting a standing ovation. According to some acquaintances of the rapper, it was during the filming of 8 Mile that he began experiencing issues with psychoactive substances. Suffering from insomnia, Eminem was offered powerful sleeping pills by a member of the film crew, which initiated his use of drugs, eventually leading to an overdose. Doctors managed to revive him, noting that he was perilously close to death. In 2004, the artist released his next album, titled Encore. After 3 immensely successful records, this one failed to captivate the audience as much. The lyrics exhibited less aggression, and it was evident that both the lyrics and the album cover reflected Eminem's inclination to distance himself from his darker alter ego. Furthermore, U.S. intelligence agencies became interested in the album due to lyrics in the song We as Americans and the video for the song Mosh, in which he critiqued George Bush. Faced with the difficulties he encountered during the album's production, Eminem recognized that he had reached an impasse. Subsequently, he decided to take a hiatus, briefly returning only to collaborate with other musicians and release compilation albums of his songs. During this period, he toured and sought treatment for addiction. In 2006, Marshall and Kim attempted to reconcile and even got remarried. Regrettably, this endeavor proved unsuccessful, leading to a prompt divorce shortly after their second wedding. Fortunately, they reached an agreement on the custody of their shared daughter without any public disputes or court involvement. Eminem also formally adopted Kim's daughter, Whitney, from a previous relationship, as well as her niece, Elena. The rapper did not enter into any other official relationships. Persistent rumors circulated about his romantic involvements, although they remained unconfirmed. At various points in time, he was linked with celebrities such as Mariah Carey, Britney Spears, and former Pussycat Dolls member Kaya Jones. Nevertheless, Eminem remained resolute in his stance. No more marriages and no more children. However, in 2017, he disclosed that he used the dating app Tinder. In 2006, Eminem faced a profound personal tragedy when his best friend, Proof, tragically passed away. This news deeply affected the rapper and led to a period of severe depression. He reverted to his addictions once again, but he sought help by entering a rehabilitation center. After successfully tackling the accumulating challenges, he committed to a healthier lifestyle, which included running 12 miles and taking up boxing. Notably, the 2015 film Southpaw was initially intended to star Eminem in the lead role, with the artist's life story serving as inspiration for the screenplay. However, Eminem chose to prioritize his music, and the role of the boxer was ultimately portrayed by Jake Gyllenhaal. Nonetheless, the rap star played a significant role in the film's production, serving as the soundtrack's executive producer and contributing 2 singles to it. Incidentally, Eminem is left-handed in real life, and it was his personal experiences that influenced the screenplay of the movie. This is not the sole remarkable film role that could have been part of the celebrity's filmography. The lead role in The Fighter was also specifically written with him in mind, although it was ultimately portrayed by Mark Wahlberg. Eminem was additionally offered roles in Training Day, Elysium, and Mad Max, but he declined each of them. The first news of Eminem's return to music came in September 2008 when he personally announced it on a radio station, revealing that he was collaborating with Dr. Dre. A few months later, the album Relapse was released to the public. Although it received positive critical reviews and earned Eminem another Grammy Award, it had relatively modest sales compared to his other work. A year later, his 7th album, Recovery, was released, creating a genuine sensation. Songs like Not Afraid and Love the Way You Lie, featuring Rihanna, became major hits. In 2011, Eminem and rapper Royce da 5 da 9 released a collaborative mini-album titled Hell the Sequel. A solo LP followed in 2013, achieving commercial success and critical acclaim. The Marshall Mathers LP 2 became notable for tracks like Survival, Rap God, and The Monster, featuring Rihanna in another collaboration. Eminem's songs conquered various music charts, with 4 of his tracks ranking in the top 20 of the prestigious Billboard Hot 100 charts, a feat previously achieved only by the Beatles. Furthermore, the artist won 2 Grammy Awards, Best Rap Album and Best Collaboration Performance, bringing his total Grammy count to 15. Following these successes, Eminem immersed himself in compiling his greatest hits and releasing several collaborative albums with his D12 group mates. During these years, Eminem also released some successful singles, including tracks like Campaign Speech and Kill for You. His subsequent studio album, Revival, was released in 2017 and featured collaborations with Alicia Keys, Pink, and Beyoncé, with whom he performed the song Walk on Water. The following year, he surprised fans with his 10th album, Kamikaze, which consisted of 13 songs and included 1 track featured on the soundtrack of the movie Venom, starring Tom Hardy. In his lyrics, the rapper took aim at various targets, including music critics, singer Yolandi Visser, who had mentioned him disrespectfully in her song, and Donald Trump. It's worth noting that Eminem prefers to jot down his lyrics in a notebook and avoids using a computer. He once revealed that he only incorporates about 10% of what he comes up with into his work. At the start of 2020, the artist unexpectedly dropped another album, Music to Be Murdered By, which was produced in collaboration with Dr. Dre. During this time, Eminem set a world record for rapping speed, delivering 229 words in just 30 seconds on the track Godzilla. In 2022, he and other prominent rap and hip-hop stars performed during the halftime show of the American Super Bowl. Eminem's powerful gesture of taking a knee at the end of his Super Bowl performance to protest police violence garnered significant attention and resonance. Subsequently, it was announced that he had been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Marshall Mathers stands out as one of the wealthiest rappers globally, with an estimated fortune of $250 million. He earns between $20 to $30 million annually, and his income can reach up to $60 million when he goes on tour. Surprisingly, Eminem has limited business interests, primarily consisting of a small chain of restaurants in Detroit called Mom's Spaghetti. Additional income streams come from his various advertising partnerships, which have included collaborations with companies such as Chrysler, Lipton, G-Shock watches, and Dr. Dre's headphone brand. He also engaged in partnerships with Nike, particularly due to his love for their sneakers. For example, the release of his album Encore coincided with the launch of a highly exclusive sneaker series consisting of only 23 pairs, each valued at $30,000. Eminem has a strong passion for comic books, which provided him solace since his childhood, given his struggle to concentrate on traditional books with lengthy text. Currently, the artist boasts an extensive collection of rare and valuable comic books. Remarkably, he has only read 1 book throughout his entire life, written by rapper LL Cool J, and that was primarily due to an extended period spent on an airplane. Despite his impressive collection of about a dozen cars, Eminem prefers not to drive them himself. His car collection comprises various impressive vehicles, including a convertible Audi R8 Spider, a Hummer H2, a Cadillac Escalade, an Aston Martin Vantage, a Lamborghini Aventador, in addition to several models from Porsche and Ferrari. Regarding his real estate, the individual who once lived in a humble van had a strong desire for comfort and convenience. With his initial substantial earnings, he purchased a mansion in his home state, investing nearly $1.5 million. Previously, this property located in the city of Clinton served as a countryside residence, but it now serves as his primary home. The celebrity endeavors to safeguard his privacy, with the interiors of the house only revealing the awards room to the public. However, in 2020, an intruder, a homeless man, managed to breach the artist's home security and entered Marshall's bedroom, where he posed a threat. Eminem, however, remained unfazed and successfully convinced the intruder to vacate his home, personally accompanying him to the exit and handing him over to security personnel and the police. The celebrity also acquired another mansion, situated in the suburbs of Detroit, back in 2003 at a cost of $4.75 million. This 15,000-square-foot residence boasts 6 bedrooms, each equipped with separate bathrooms, as well as a kitchen, dining room, spacious living rooms, a recreation room housing a pool table, and a sauna. The property also features amenities like a tennis court and an outdoor pool. In 2017, the artist sold this mansion, and its value considerably depreciated, reaching only $1.76 million. At 50 years of age, Eminem has already attained legendary status and continues to be highly relevant. His songs continue to trend on social media, and the number of his listeners on streaming platforms steadily increases. Are you a fan of Marshall Mathers?